here to talk to you about project-based learning in a biology class. Now, I know that I'm a math instructor, but I gravitated towards this technique because I feel like it's something that can be used with any subject with a few modifications. So what we have here is a set of students that are taking a biology class in the fall. And in that biology class, they're going to learn about the 6 kingdoms of life. Do you remember the 6 kingdoms of life? It took me a little research, but I remember most of them. The 6 kingdoms of life are plant, animal, bacteria, archaea, protists, and fungi. So the biology teacher noticed in the past that when she presented this information to our students, she taught them about the kingdom, she taught them about the characteristics. The students were having a hard time retaining the information. So this project-based learning is an activity that can be done the summer before the class starts to help the students kind of retain the information. So what I'm going to discuss today is the project-based learning for learning the 6 kingdoms of life. It's a 5-day activity that can be done the summer before, and I'm going to discuss what goes on in each one of the days. Day one is engagement. This is where the ice breaking happens. We're trying to get the students to interact. We're trying to get the students to have discussions with one another. You can actually put the students into groups so they can get to know each other one-on-one. And the teacher will facilitate brainstorming with the students. Discuss what they already know about the kingdoms of life. See if any of the students are able to name all of them. Most of the students will probably be able to name most of them. They'll probably be kind of shaky on a couple of them. But have discussions about why we classify things the way that we do in life. How and why. Another thing that you can do on that first day is talk about examples. See if students can name examples from each one of the kingdoms also. This is a way to get the students interacting and discussing what they will learn that week. 2 is explanation. So this is where the teacher is explaining to the students exactly what they're doing for the week. So what they're doing is creating a journal or a book dedicated to the 6 kingdoms. So in the book, it should include a title page, a page about themselves, a personal page. It should include 6 pages, each page dedicated to each kingdom. And on each one of the kingdom pages, it should have characteristics. It should have Latin names. It should have organisms. It should have images too, are a good thing to put on these pages. And so each one of the kingdoms will have its own designated page. There should also be a page dedicated to the word bank. And then the last page should be a bibliography page that shows where you got your resources from. Day 2 is a great day to show examples of previous projects. And when you're looking at these examples, I think it will be helpful to have some good examples and bad examples. Show the students the do's and don'ts. Let them know exactly what you're looking for. It will be helpful for the students to know, okay, this is what my teacher likes and this is what I don't want to turn in. So it will be helpful to show some examples of some good projects and bad projects. 3 and day 4 is dedicated to exploration. This is where the real research comes into play. So the students are going to get into groups and they're going to research each one of the kingdoms one at a time. Web research, they can do encyclopedias, they can go to the library. You have all these different ways to do your research on the kingdoms, and that's what day 3 and day 4 are dedicated to. It might be helpful to divide them into groups and designate what kingdom they're going to work on, like give them maybe 2 kingdoms and say, okay, from this time to this time, you're going to work on these 2 kingdoms. Just to kind of structure the way that they are researching so they're not just all over the place. Like, they're not just going to the computer and just Googling 6 kingdoms of life. Have them actually go to the computer and Google a specific kingdom so they can focus in on what they need to know. Okay, we've reached the end of the week and we're at day 5. Day 5 is for evaluation. So each one of the students will be given a set of rubrics, one dealing with the content and one dealing with the setup of the project. And the students are going to exchange projects among each other, and then they're going to assess each other on what they have completed. This is a great way for students to get feedback on the things that they did well and on the things that they could improve on. This is also a time that students will actually put their binders together. You can use the slide bar binders in order for the students to put all their pages together and to make a nice little book for them to take home. The slide bar binders with the clear cover, I think that would be a great touch for each one of the binders. Day 5 can also be dedicated to extension. So whenever you do an activity with your students, you always want them to explore or extend further than what they learned that week. So the next step is taking a look at the feedback that you got from other students, and also how could you take this one step further. A good way to extend this would be, okay, what kind of careers could I get from knowing this information? How is this used in everyday life? That is a great way to extend this information one step further. But that is extension is also a part of day 5, and that is how you wrap up this project-based learning. I want to thank you so much for taking the time and watching my video on project-based learning. Hopefully I gave you some valuable information that you can use with your students. And I really like this project because it's something that you're creating yourself. It's the difference between sitting in the class and hearing someone just talk about these things and actually getting into it and doing it yourself and exploring and discovering things on your own. And at the end of the 5 days, what your student is walking away with is a project they created themselves about valuable information that they're going to learn in the fall. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, just leave them below or send me an email.